Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Sun is rising, feel the warmth on my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race. I sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day. Gotta take it on my way. Gotta take it on my way.
Good evening. Welcome to WSBI, your Resource for Success podcast program, where you get to meet inspiring women-owned businesses from across the country. My name is Kimberly McLemore, and I am your host. With us, we have Lameka Jackson, founder and owner of 621 Consulting Group.
Hi,
Hi, welcome, Lameka. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad that we finally got this opportunity to do this interview. I've been waiting for this. It seems like forever. I mean, now I'm getting so much more busier. It's like, yes, trying to get everybody in line to do them. So I'm excited to hear your story tonight, and I'm sure all the listeners are excited as well. So on that note, could you just tell the listeners a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I've been in business for 5 years. Once I first started my business, I was doing marketing and PR, but it wasn't something I was in love with. So my love has always been customer service. But I had naysayers telling me I couldn't do a call center or a customer service support center because of the funds and the money that was involved. So I opted to take the easy way out. But I never really did any work really for about 3
Right.
years. I
Mhm.
never worked unless I needed money, and I did a contract here, contract there, but it wasn't passion. So I
Okay.
started my call center in 2015, and I got my first, 2014, October 2014, and received my first client in 15, in March of 2015.
Okay.
And then from there, it took off. So right now, I'm working with some major clients throughout the world. I have clients in Australia and Canada, as well here in the U.S. And I love customer service. I am Chief Happiness Officer.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we're going to dive into that a little bit more as we go through the interview. But I want you to talk to me a little bit about. You're from South Carolina. Tell me a little bit about your background and before you got started into doing the business.
Well, my background is my educational background is environmental health science. I never worked in the field.
Wow.
Yes, I have a bachelor's in environmental health.
Mm-hmm.
I never worked in the field. My first job was a call center. And from there, I always worked in call centers. And I worked in call center management for some top companies like ADP, Sprint, Coca-Cola, different places I worked in. I worked in Atlanta, here, my hometown, which is in Florence, South Carolina, Atlanta, Charlotte, and Raleigh. So I moved throughout the areas, working in different call centers, helping other people live their dreams and build their dreams. So finally, it's my turn to do it.
Right. Absolutely. So are you a native of South Carolina?
I am born and raised here,
Okay.
right here in South Carolina.
Awesome. That's great. And then being able to give back to the community by having your own call center. So that's even
Right.
better. That's even much better. So what the inspiration of you wanting to do a call center, was it because of the experiences that you had once you finished at college and or came out, like I said, there was one of your first jobs. So is that the reason why, besides, the other things that you had talked a little bit about, is that what really inspired you to say, hey, I can do this better for myself?
Well, yes, and actually providing customer service. A lot of call centers you work in is more so oriented for the business. Get the customer on the phone, get them off the phone. No chit chat, no personalization. With my call center, I'm able to provide smaller companies with the illusion of having a large space. I mean, a
Okay.
large employment base,
Mm-hmm.
and they're able to afford it at a cheaper rate than paying an employee to come in and do it. Because a lot of small businesses can't afford to pay someone $7.25 or $10 an hour to come in to do take calls for them.
Right, right. And usually is the call center, I guess, like 24 hours, or how do you work that program with, the different clientele that you have?
It's 24 hours, 7 days
Mm-hmm.
a week. Most of my clients, what they do is, well, the majority of my clients, they have a block of 10 to 12 hours. They
Okay.
choose what block they want. I do have one that's 24 hours, but everyone else choose. They want their calls to stop at a certain time.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So with all the great training that you have and the opportunity, like I said, it's amazing to listen to your background of everything you've done, but then the love of real true customer service. What makes you so different compared to what we consider, any other call center? Or, you talk about customer service, because to me, customer service is a primary piece of any business. And it's something that I squawk about all the time because we seem to lose that. So talk about, I guess, your passion about customer service, and what is it that your clientele really truly sees in you that this call center is becoming a top-notch facility for everybody.
My clients see my passion in regards to the call center. The people who I hire have passion for customer service.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about giving back to the customer everything they need. Even when you have angry customers on the phone, sometimes it's not about you. It's
Mm-hmm.
about the customer and helping them resolve their issue. Because most times it's something else why they're telling you off. It's not about the issue per se. It's something else
Right.
going on in your family or something else going on, and you just got caught in the crossfire. And not to take it personal.
Mm-hmm.
So my clients in regards look at me to be a buffer with the company and make sure the company have a great name and keep that great name, for customer service and have a great
Right.
line of customer service because we are their front lines.
That's right. That is true. That is right. You are actually representing them, even though you're truly representing yourself as well. So that makes sense. Talk to me a little bit about the challenges that you have faced in the last few years when you started a business like this.
Well, one of the challenges was people telling me I couldn't do it. People telling me that to start a call center, I would have to spend $10,000 per call center seat. I would need funds available. I wouldn't be able to get no contract. I wouldn't be getting any contracts
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a small business. Um, those were challenges I had, and those were things, demons I had to face, and I had to come up with solutions and find different ways to get what I need
Mm-hmm.
and get the clientele that I want. So it
Mm-hmm.
took time. I mean, once I started the call center, it took time. My first client, he's still actually with me today. He was a barber. He's an upscale barber shop. If
Oh,
he's,
wow.
oh my goodness, right. So he was upscale. He gave me, I tell him every day, I said, you believed in me before I believed in myself.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I didn't believe in me. You
Mm-hmm.
believed in me. I said, and then when you came along, he came in March, and then I have my two top clients came out October.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy part was I took a part-time position at a daycare, which was crazy, and I got these two contracts within 3 days of each other.
Oh,
So
wow.
I just started a daycare like 3 weeks prior, so I had to quit the daycare to go to work to start answering phone calls, and I had to hire someone to help me.
Oh,
So
that's
yes,
amazing. It's amazing how how things work, and timing, I believe, is everything. And of course, like we always say, we have our plan, but he has his plan. So
yes, he does. He really does. And then the lady who I worked for, she was very understanding. She was like,
Mhm.
she wished me great luck. She prayed for me. She's like, you have this. God just had you here for a reason. And
That's
so you was
right.
here for your reason, and now you're going on about your other reason. So yes. So,
Yeah.
yep. So right now I'm holding with 12 clients, and out of the 3 years, only one client I just had one client, that decided they didn't like the business.
Hmm.
Other than that, most of my clients are in love with me. They don't want me to let them go, even when I try to let them go sometimes.
It's like, yeah, they're like a part of your family on a regular basis, and they don't understand that, right? It's like, wait a minute now, I'm only supposed to do this between this time frame, not all day long. Yeah, but but that's a good feeling because they can depend on you. And that's what a lot of us small business owners need, that dependability. And it also is the point where people understand that, in business, we can't do it all. And so to try to find that person that can be a part of our team, so to speak, and you are a part of that team, of that organization, like you said, you're representing them and they're representing you. So it's really nice to know that, you have their back and vice versa, and that they really truly love you and they don't want to let go. But like you said, there's days that I'm sure that you're like, I can't do this right now. These people are going to drive me crazy. But at the same token, I'm sure you absolutely appreciate their business and, having the opportunity to say, hey, you guys are my first. And, it's like having your first love, so to speak. So that's really
very
great.
much so.
Yeah, that is great. So tell me a little bit about you have an affiliate program. So talk a little bit about your affiliate program.
Okay, so in my affiliate program, it is to give back to people who actually help. In regards to it's changing, it's constantly changing, which is something that business has changed. So right now what I'm doing is offering $500 per person you bring to me. If they sign up for the site, I'm offering you $500 after 30 days of service. So if they stay on for the whole 30 days, you get $500. If they don't, I give you $100 just for them signing up.
Wow, that's very decent amount of money to have, for an affiliate program. So that is really great. And it's a great opportunity because I think a lot of people are going through what they call the virtual assistant type scenario. So, I hadn't heard of too many call centers that are still existing. So it's great that you actually do have a real voice per se. And not to say that, the virtual assistant doesn't have that aspect as well, but to be able to know that you can reach out to somebody locally and know that they are actually, like I said, a part of your team. And I think it's really neat that you have this type of affiliate program. So, we definitely here at the Women's Small Business Initiative need to get you out there. So with all of our different businesses, this would be a great opportunity for all of us to jump on board, because I know there's many days that I cannot be by the phone consistently. So it's great to be able to know that there's a service that's available.
Right, and that's what I'm doing. And it's more so geared towards small businesses rather than larger businesses, because small businesses they need it, and you miss business by missing phone calls.
That's right. And even with all of the, technology we have and the social media aspect we have, you even have to balance that out, because otherwise you find yourself that's all you're doing is consistently on the social media, trying to answer the questions there. Then you still got to realize, hey, I still have a business to run here. So you can't be doing all of it 24/7. So, it's all about balance and understanding what your strengths and weaknesses are and what you can and cannot do. So like I said, your services, I think, is phenomenal. And I don't know a whole lot about call centers, but I have definitely heard of them. As far as, like you said, with the larger entities, there's always, something through like a telephone company. I can remember those were always pretty popular with that aspect. But talk to me a little bit about what type of information would you give of another woman who's decided they would want to go into business, or even trying to understand if they decided, hey, I want to do this type of business, what steps would you have to take in order to make that happen?
First, you have to have confidence in yourself and not listen to other people. And you need to go into something that you're passionate about, because if you're not passionate, you're just going to waste people's time and waste your own time. As of right now, what I am doing for call centers is part of my business. I'm rolling out in the next week. I'm helping women who want to be in the call center, because you have different places like Arise, different call center platforms where people give you contracts and they pay you accordingly, and you have to be a business owner. So what I'm doing is I'm showing women how they could set their own platform. They don't have to go through Arise. They don't have to go through another entity. They could get their own contracts themselves and still bid off others. And I can show them what I did in my roadmaps and help them get their first couple of contracts. So that's a program I'm rolling out. And also I'm rolling out a secret shopper program, which is a customer service training program where I come into your business and I will observe your business for a week. And then after the week, I will come up with a customer service plan. And then I'll talk to your employees to help you become from good to great, because you always want to be great at what you do.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's some great ideas. I never would have thought of, this as it's such a unique platform, I guess, in my thought process, and I may be wrong, but the way that you're describing it and how other women or other business owners can utilize their own platform in order to have this type of call center, I think is going to be interesting. So when you start this process, are you going to be doing like webinars, or are you going to be doing like face-to-face type trainings in order to get this out? How are you planning on having this set up when you're
I'm
doing
gonna
the
start
training?
doing well for the customer service training to get it set up for the business owners. I'm gonna start doing webinars to explain it because
Mm-hmm.
when I'm talking about a lot of people, it go over their head if they're not understanding it. But with a webinar, you can actually communicate back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and they can find out more questions. So it's gonna be a live webinar. Some people in my home area, I'm going face to face and talk to them,
Okay.
especially in my local baristas and cafes where I go to constantly. I
Mm-hmm.
have ideas for their owners, and I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
to them and setting them contracts with them also.
Okay. Okay. So do you see that possibly with your concept of building call centers, like maybe having this as a franchise opportunity?
You know what? I haven't considered a franchise opportunity as of yet. It's just more so helping women be empowered and finding their own voice in their own business.
Absolutely, I understand that. Yes, it's another opportunity of revenue, a source of income coming in, and like you said, having the power to do for themselves. And I always think it's amazing when we realize, you wake up and you realize what your journey is supposed to be, and the time that you take to make that happen. And it's funny how, each story that I listen or learn from all the different women I've talked to, everybody has such great stories, and it just amazing how many people you're going to find that as the people are listening will connect with those stories, because there's always someone else out there who's either where you're at right now, going through what you're going through, or want to go through what you're going through, but don't know how to get that going for themselves. So this is a opportunity for them to learn this type of business. And even if they didn't want to learn this type of business, just in general, what most people don't understand is that I think in business that you can have the tool, you can understand your specialty, but overall it's just understanding business, period. And I think that's where most people get
Hmm.
lost. So you being able to provide both aspects of what it means to say, hey, this is how you can do a call center if this is what you want to do. But at the same token, if this is not what you want to do, at least you have the tools to understand what it takes to be in business. So you definitely need to be applauding yourself in the back for everything that you've accomplished.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Absolutely. Because I just love these stories. And this is my favorite part of having the Women's Small Business Initiative is doing these podcast interviews, because I think that women have so much to offer. And then on top of it, I always believe in sharing the resources are important. There's no reason for us to have to reinvent the wheel when it comes to doing business. Like I said, we have a specialty, each one of us, but there's plenty of things that we need to be sharing and provide each other so that we are all successful. We got plenty of room, plenty of money out here in the world. So I really truly believe in what I'm doing, and to ensure that everybody gets the opportunity to share their stories, so I enjoyed this, and I'm glad that we had an opportunity to talk tonight. So can you tell me how the listeners can get a hold of you?
They can visit me on my website at www.the621callcenter.com, or they can reach out to me via phone at 843-284-6210, or my toll-free number, which is 800 338-6210.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes we can't remember our own numbers. Huh? I'm thinking, yeah, I know what you mean. I'm thinking, yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, "What is my number?" And you got so much going on, it's hard to remember your own stuff. Oh, so do you have any last words that you would like to say to the listeners this evening?
Just follow your dreams and follow your heart, and everything else will fall in place.
Absolutely. I love that ending. Well, I want to say again, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight and sharing your story. I think that the listeners are going to be ecstatic about this opportunity, and I always love having some fresh new ideas, as I would call them, to present to people. So like I said, thank you. For all of us out there this evening, I would like to tell you all that you can follow this program and all the podcast programs through Spreaker. You can go to www.spreaker.com/user/WSBI. When you do go to Spreaker, please hit the follow and hit the like icon. You want everybody out there to know how important it is that you appreciate our program and what we're providing to you. Also, this program comes on every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. If you need to reach out to me, you can find me at the WSBI website anytime at www.wsbillc.com. You can also follow me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. But until then, you all have a great rest of the evening. Take care.